David Beckham at one point in time was one of the most important and popular soccer players in the world. Now he's, well, a very successful businessman with a beautiful wife and kids, someone who isn't afraid to go and bank on his looks in order to go and make people to fall in love with him even more. And while it's true that his fans love to fantasize about him, you might be surprised by how many celebs not only hang out with him, but crush on him in their own ways. Allow us to show you celebrities thirsting over David Beckham. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 9. Ryan Reynolds. We start off this list with a bit of a fun twist on the topic itself. You see, Ryan Reynolds is one of Hollywood's biggest funny men, but he's also a professional troll in terms of using comedy on other people, especially celebrities, to shake up a situation or to promote his own craft. In fact, he's become rather famous in recent years for using that kind of tactic, and it's gotten him into feuds with Hugh Jackman, Betty White, and more. Now that would be the perfect segue for him going and being a person who thirsts for David Beckham and posting things on social media about just that. But here's the twist, it's actually the reverse. You see, Reynolds and Beckham are good friends, and to have fun with his good friend, Beckham will go on to Reynolds' Instagram feed and wait for him to post pictures of him. When he does, he'll go and make comments about Ryan's looks, including him saying at one point, "God, you're so handsome." Now, to be clear, Ryan Reynolds is a good-looking guy, but you would expect that to be said more about Beckham, or for Ryan to say that about Beckham, and we'd bet that he has indeed said that in the past. So for him to be played in that way makes this a reverse thirst. And you know what? We're just going to move on. Number 8. Adam Levine. Now let's head to the music side of things, shall we? David Beckham has always been good friends with Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine. And being as they are both fathers, we're pretty sure they have a lot more reason to hang out. In fact, the two men have been seen hanging out at LA Laker basketball games. From the looks of the photo of them at the events, they tend to have a pretty good time. Now, does Adam thirst for Beckham? Well, that's a matter of perspective, but we'd take another bet that David and his figure has influenced Adam Levine over the years. Why do we say that? Well, do you remember when Adam Levine was doing the Super Bowl halftime show and he decided to go and take his shirt off and expose all the tattoos on his body as well as his abs? We would consider that a David Beckham move, and thus we figure that Levine did that to show Beckham that he's not the only one who can make the lady swoon. Number 7. The Rock. You may not realize it, but Beckham happens to also enjoy hanging out with actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. At one point, Johnson even posted a photo of the two together with a caption, "Hang time with the boys. Good to see my bud. One of the best dudes I know, #Beckham." Also, if you must know, the two also happen to share a birthday, which makes them connected on an even deeper level. Now in this case, the thirst between these two, if you want to call it that, doesn't just have to do with their figures, it has to do with their muscles. Because David Beckham and The Rock have various similarities, but the biggest one by far is that they're dedicated to staying in shape. This went double for David during his playing days. Even though The Rock isn't a wrestler anymore, he stays in shape in order to be physical in his movies. So you can very easily see the two motivating each other to work out harder, to get stronger, more buff, and so on. And if you have seen pictures of The Rock recently as he prepares for his superhero movie debut as Black Adam, he's winning that competition. Sorry, David. Number 6. The Princes. Yep, time to engage in royalty. Beckham has been friends with Princes William and Harry for years. While speaking with Marie Claire in 2012, Beckham remarked, "They're very easy to get along with. They love their sport. William loves Aston Villa, unfortunately, which obviously I give him a bit of stick about." As you may recall, Beckham and his wife were also invited to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. Now, some of you out there might think, well, wait a minute, Harry and William are royalty. Why would they thirst after David Beckham? First, we're pretty sure their significant others do, so yeah. But second, while many ladies have dreamt at one time or another of being a princess, the problem with that is that the princes aren't always the best looking. And while William and Harry are strapping in their own right, they are not David Beckham at all. So they're no doubt wishing at times that they could look like Beckham so that they could get the attention that he gets. Number 5. Brad Pitt. Some of you are already drooling over these two knowing each other, aren't you? As we revealed to you earlier, Beckham tends to hang out with several Hollywood A-listers, just like actor Brad Pitt. In 2015, the two men were spotted hanging out together when they attended Guy Ritchie's wedding. Both men wore matching cream suits. Interestingly, both Beckham and Pitt also decided to attend the wedding solo. One can only imagine the legions of women who would thirst after them if they went out on the town together. but we're also sure these two have a mutual amount of respect for not just the other's abilities, but their looks. Number 4. George Clooney. Beckham and actor George Clooney were introduced to each other by designer Giorgio Armani during the 2008 Met Ball Gala. Since then, it is understood that the two have become friends. In fact, Clooney reportedly lets Beckham and his family stay at his Lake Como home when the place is available, showing a level of respect and appreciation between the two. Considering that Clooney for years has been considered one of the most handsome men alive, and Beckham has been the same way, you can see why they would have a mutual admiration for their attractiveness. In short, the handsome men have to stick together. Number 3. Elton John. Do we really have to explain this one? Oh, we do? Okay. Elton John has been longtime friends with Beckham and his wife Victoria. In fact, the couple even joined John and his partner David Furnish on a yacht trip to the south of France back in August of 2019. The couples were also joined by the Beckham children. At one point, Beckham even posted an Instagram story teasing his wife for wearing a gorgeous white dress while on board the boat. And being that Elton John is gay, we would be shocked if he didn't thirst after Beckham at least every once in a while. Number 2. The unsung celebs. You might be surprised at this point in the list, but we've only mentioned men who have thirsted over David Beckham, and there's a reason for that. Mainly, we're sure that many female celebs have thirsted over David Beckham over the years due to his looks, magazine covers, ruggedness, athletic ability, and so on. But while some are more than happy to admit that in public, some honestly would rather just keep it low-key. Same with the fans of David Beckham, who don't want to seem like giddy little schoolgirls. So to those who thirst after David Beckham in private, we raise a glass to you. But don't worry, there is one female celebrity we absolutely know thirsts after Beckham. Number 1. Victoria Beckham. What? Are you really surprised that she's the number 1 entry? After all, she's his wife and mother to his kids, so it would make sense that she would thirst over him. She's been doing it for years. The two met in 1997, and she started dating David Beckham after they met at a charity football match prior to this that he had watched her music videos and commented to teammates that he was attracted to her, but had been overcome with shyness when they were first introduced. Not something you expected to hear about David, right? A few months earlier, Victoria had also expressed a wish to meet David during a Spice Girls football photo session. By chance, she wore the kit of his club Manchester United for the feature as the group's manager was a supporter. Of their initial meeting, she said, "I didn't really know who he was. I was never into football." After dating for a few years, they were married in 1999. The wedding attracted much media coverage. Beckham's teammate Gary Neville was the best man, and the couple's 4-month-old son Brooklyn was the ring bearer. They've been married ever since, and you could argue that she's been thirsting over him ever since. We're just saying. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the celebs who hang out with David Beckham and have close relationships that no doubt make many fans jealous? Are you a big fan of David Beckham? What are the reasons for that? Do you think he is an attractive man or the most attractive man in the world today? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.